welcome to Swindon Town. How does it feel to be here?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Now it's all done. It's all real. I'm just ready to get going and get my teeth into pre-season.
Tell me a bit more about how the move came about, why you opted to join the club and things like that.
I mean, well, the club speaks for itself. It's such a big club at the level and probably at the level above as well. I think the next move after last season's success was a big one for myself. So coming here with the ambition and the project that they're setting out, it just felt right.
Let's talk about you more as a player. Obviously, you're a central defender traditionally, but where do you say you can play? What are your key attributes?
Yeah, I played all across the back three last year. I played as a sitter and as a more advanced 8 as well at times. So I'm quite comfortable on the ball, really. I'd like to think I can play anywhere. Stick me up front, I'll probably score some goals. But yeah, comfortable on the ball, progressive passer, and I'd like to think good 1v1 defender.
I suppose with that in mind, of course, you say being comfortable on the ball with the way Mark Kennedy's looking to play. Of course, I'm sure that sort of suits you quite nicely, being quite versatile in those different positions.
Yeah, that was a big reason in coming here. Stylistically, it had to suit. I found that out maybe in previous years where the style didn't quite suit, and I found it tough. Obviously, last year it suited me down to the ground, and then we had massive success. So I'm just looking to replicate that, really.
We'll get on to last season, of course, but if we look into your career in a bit more detail, of course, started in non-league, had a successful for Dagenham, went to Gillingham, then of course Crawley. Tell me more about those moves and how they benefited you into the player you are today.
Yeah, it's been up and down really. A lot of knockbacks, knockbacks, and sort of propelling myself forward as best as I can. Love my time at Dagenham. We played similar sort of style again there, so I enjoyed my football lots there. Went to Gillingham, played a lot of games, but like I said before, probably the style just wasn't quite right. I found myself struggling in that sort of system and probably didn't show my capabilities to the fans there, and it was best for both parties for me to move on, and maybe a stroke of luck where I ended up, and we end up getting promoted and here today.
But then with that in mind, of course, that's a lot of EFL experience you've had now with the last 2 clubs, of course, so that will definitely benefit you with the club and the team going forwards this season. Yeah,
I don't think I'll be far off 100 EFL appearances now over the 2 seasons. So yeah, hopefully I can use that experience. I know the gaffer's brought in some more experienced heads as well already, so hopefully we can gel nice and quick and hit the ground running.
Let's talk about that, of course. You mentioned the gaffer there, you mentioned the players you brought in already. How do you see yourself fitting in, and where do you see your sort of skill set coming true?
Yeah, well, hopefully it's a classic Swindon style, and I think I'll fit in seamlessly. But yeah, he's brought in obviously some experienced lads, some lads that have won promotions, some lads that have played in League One already, and I could just see the project sort of coming together. Hopefully I can play a big part in that, and we can go on to have some success.
And let's touch on last season, of course, promoted with Crawley last season, a real credible effort to the guys and yourself there. So how keen are you to replicate that success with Swindon next season?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I've come here, to be honest. I would love to have a crack in League One, but things just didn't quite work out, and yeah, I think I want to get there sometime in my career. I know I can play there, and I think this is the club that will get me there. And I think I think we'll have a successful season. Hopefully we'll get promoted, and we'll play League One next season.
And let's touch on what we offer here at Swindon Town, of course. It's a big fan base, a big support group. So how keen are you looking forward to playing in front of this crowd? Yeah,
I mean, it's always a good atmosphere here. I've played for Gillingham, so I know the rivalry there, so the atmosphere is always good there. We found it tough here last season on the end of a big defeat, and it's always a tough place to come. Our job is to get the fans behind us. I know that they had a tough time last season, and it's hard to get behind the boys when perhaps results aren't going their way. But hopefully we can get results early, and then be a great place to play.
Let's touch a little bit. Obviously, your good conversation you had with Mark Kennedy, of course, Jen Russell. You mentioned obviously met at Bicester Village, so it's quite a nice personal touch for him to come and speak to you to get you to sign. Yeah, I mean, we went and met halfway. Yeah, I suppose it shows his interest and my interest that we both went and met. I think it's right that you've got to do that. I've got to do my due diligence, and he's got to do his. So yeah, I mean, the chats were great. It's a big thing for me that the manager needs to be right. I found it last year and loved my time under Scott, and this year I'm hoping to do the same. So yeah, the chats we had, his ideas, hopefully it all comes to fruition. Given, of course, you did, as recently as last season, get promoted into League One. So I suppose with that in mind, what does it take to get into League One, and what does a team need to do to fulfil that?
A lot of hard work, a lot of consistency, a lot of belief, and you've got to bounce back really from bad results or bad runs. Really, we had a big bad run where I don't think we won a game in a month. But in this league, if you put a run together and stick together as a group, like Doncaster did, I suppose, to get in the playoffs, then you can find yourself climbing up the table quickly, and then it's just about holding your nerve at the end of the season and trying to get the job done.
I suppose where the experience comes in as well, of course. You know, you've been there and done it now, along with a few other signings of other players we've got at the club. So it's sort of just bringing it all together and really hoping it builds into something special.
Hopefully, yeah, that's the goal. I think once you bring a few lads that have got that experience in together, it can sort of the other lads can sort of feed on that, and hopefully that's the case here.
And just finally, we've touched on it a little bit. What are your personal goals and obviously the team's goals going into next season?
Success. To finish at worst in the playoffs, if not go up automatically. I haven't come here to not fight for success. So that's my goal, and then personal goals I'll probably just keep to myself.
One thing we have spoken about, and I'm going to touch on it, is of course you have turned into a bit of a set piece specialist. Of course, you know, we don't want to talk about it too much, but you know, you are prone to a free kick every now and again. A specialist, I don't know, maybe a strong word, but yeah, I've scored a few over my time, and I scored 4 goals last year. 2 of them were free kicks, and then ended up with 9 assists, I think it was, in the league, and a few of them probably wide free kicks and corners as well. It's just another string to my bow, I suppose. I'll definitely put my name in the hat to take these things, and I'm sure if there's someone else that fancies it as well, we'll work it out. But yeah, hopefully I can get one of those in early, and then we'll go from there.